Good morning, Winthrop Vikings. Today is March 21st, and it's a day one schedule. I'm Thomas.
And I'm Matt. We have a whole lot of stories to cover today, so let's get right into it. First, in the words of Beyonce, who runs the world?
Girls, today we're going to hear all about Women's History Month and all the amazing accomplishments that women have made in the world.
Here's Ayana to tell us more about some amazing women who did some incredible things.
Hi, I'm Ayana with Wake Up Winthrop, and in honor of March being Women's History Month, let's take a look at why this month is celebrated and some of the amazing women across various disciplines who have greatly influenced society today. Women's History Month started as Women's History Week in 1978 and was celebrated on the week of March 8th to align with International Women's Day. This celebration was led by Molly Murphy McGregor in Santa Rosa, California, highlighting women's contributions to American history, society, and culture through various presentations at school in Sonoma County. The idea spread years later to other communities, organizations, and school districts, leading to women's groups and historians advocating for an International Women's History Week. It succeeded after President Jimmy Carter issued the first presidential proclamation declaring the week of March 2nd to 8th as Women's History Week in 1980, and in 1987, March was officially recognized as Women's History Month. Over the years, women have worked together for their contributions to be recognized, and we wanted to take the time to learn about a few women. Here are 5 women who have shaped American history in a positive way. Starting with Marie Curie, a renowned scientist who worked with radioactivity and discovered the radioactive elements polonium and radium. Her discovery changed the world in many ways, including medicine, science, and technology. In 1903, she won half the Nobel Prizes for physics, becoming the first woman to ever win a Nobel Prize. Since then, 65 women have gone on to win the prize. Secondly, Sally Ride was the first American woman in space on June 18, 1983. After earning her PhD in 1978, she applied to NASA after hearing that they were looking for engineers and scientists. Being among 8,000 applicants, she was accepted along with 8 other women. Sally served as a major milestone for gender equality and inspired many young girls in the country. Similarly, Katherine Johnson was a NASA mathematician that calculated the flight paths for the first space trip and moon landing. She began working at the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, where she performed complex mathematical calculations for the program's engineers. In 1961, she calculated the path for Freedom 7, America's first human space flight, and was a part of the team that calculated Apollo 11 mission. Moving on, Jeanette Rankin was a politician and women's rights activist who became the first woman to hold federal office in the U.S. She began to do social work in Seattle and later became the legislative secretary of National American Women's Suffrage Association. On November 7, 1916, she was elected into the U.S. House of Representatives and became the first woman to be elected into Congress. Lastly, Susan B. Anthony, born in Massachusetts, was an activist for women's rights and was the first woman depicted on a coin. Not only was she active in the women's suffrage movement, she advocated against slavery, making speeches and organizing meetings for an anti-slavery society. Women's History Month reminds us about the contributions women have made that are often overlooked or not acknowledged. These women have inspired many young girls to pursue their goals and dream big. We talked to multiple staff members to find out who they think is an influential woman in their field.
Amazing women that I look up to, I would have to say first would be my mom, because she's just always been very clear-headed and very calm and a really good leader. And then in women's history, Rachel Carson wrote the book Silent Spring. She helped to figure out that a pesticide called DDT was killing birds when they were in their eggshells. The shell was cracking under the weight of the bird, like eagles and osprey. And so she helped to bring that issue up front. And with her book, people really began to realize that it needed to be banned as a chemical. And now it's banned in most countries. So getting rid of DDT with Rachel Carson leading the way was really amazing and inspiring as a woman in biology and in science. For her to do that, it's just amazing. Women really are amazing and deserve more respect.
A group called the Guerrilla Girls who kind of did a lot of work with promoting equality in the arts. This was in the 70s.
So a really cool story that I don't think a lot of people know from biology history is the story of Henrietta Lacks. And she was a woman who had a type of cancer, I believe it was cervical cancer. And what was done was they took her cancer cells and they found out something truly incredible. They were an immortal cell line. So now to this day, and this goes back, the discovery was back in the 1960s, I think. We're still using her cells. They're called HeLa cells to do research and inform all sorts of, different therapeutics and applications. So there's a lot of controversy surrounding the story of Henrietta Lacks and her story and the cells being basically taken without her permission and her not getting a lot of credit for the work. I encourage people to look into that story. So those HeLa cells, Henrietta Lacks, very inspirational.
Okay, off the top of my head, I would think of the playwrights Lillian Hellman, more recently the playwright Sarah Rule, also the director Julie Taymor, who is associated with The Lion King that a lot of people are familiar with. Another person that's not a famous person, but someone who has really inspired me in my field is my high school drama director. Her name was Christine Kavanaugh, and she just completely influenced my life in so many ways and basically made me want to become a theater teacher.
So in the field of psychology, there's a lot of very prominent women who have, contributed greatly to the field of psychology. The one that I usually kind of gravitate towards is Mary Ainsworth, who in the 1970s came up with a lot of research about attachment and the way in which children can be attached to the adults in their lives, the caregivers in their lives, the parents in their lives. And she actually did long-term studies trying to figure out what kind of infant attachment meant for future life prospects, and it was just hugely groundbreaking research, very important stuff.
So an important woman in my field in mathematics is Katherine Johnson. She was a computer for NASA because they had people calculate the numbers back then, and she helped John Glenn get into space.
So in the field of physics, there's a lot of great examples of women scientists, but one of the greatest is Marie Curie, who is the only person, man or woman, in the history of science to win 2 Nobel Prizes, one in physics and one in chemistry. She's famous for being part of the team that isolated radium and discovered the concept of radiation. It's bittersweet because it's ultimately what ended up being the thing that killed her, but without her research into radium and radiation, we wouldn't have a lot of the knowledge that we have now about nuclear physics and the chemistry that comes with it.
Thanks, everyone. This month is a great time to reflect on the achievements women have made over the years. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Ayana. Make sure to take some time this month to stop and recognize all the amazing things that women have had in our world.
Something else that makes March amazing is Winthrop Hockey's state championship.
For the first time in 49 years, Winthrop Hockey pulled off a state championship. Here is James to tell us more about how they did and some highlights from the game.
Hi, I'm James Marcelino of Wake Up Winthrop. As you know, the boys hockey team went into the Garden and went against Dedham and won the championship game. And we wanted to recap this great event and give great appraisal to our amazing players.
The boys hockey team has clinched the Division IV state championship, thanks to an outstanding performance by Michael Hogerson, who scored 3 goals, and a stellar shutout by goalie Michael Donahue, who made 22 saves. The game began slowly with a scoreless first period. However, a pivotal moment came when Dedham goal was disallowed, shifting the momentum in favor of the Vikings. Just 19 seconds later, Hogerson capitalized on a backdoor pass from Phil Boncourt, putting the Vikings on the board, with Donahue continuing to deny Dedham any scoring opportunities. The period ended with 1-0 lead for the Vikings. The third person started off cautiously, but a Dedham penalty with 4 minutes remaining opened the door for the Vikings. Joe Pumphrey pounced on a loose rebound and fed Hogerson, who extended the lead to 2 goals with just 2 minutes left in the game. Hogerson sealed the victory by launching the puck from the center of the ice into the open net. The student section cheered loudly as the boys threw their sticks in the air and became town legends. The Vikings' victory marked a significant achievement for the team, winning the first championship in 49 years, and the boys will be raising their championship banner. We caught up with Captain Mike Donahue, Phil Boncourt, and Mikey Hogerson.
My message before the game to the team was that it's our last time playing together and we're never going to be on the same ice together again, so make the best of it.
Scoring a hat trick in the Garden was pretty cool. I mean, I mean, I think anyone could have put 3 goals in an empty net, but it's a team game, and very happy for our team.
You know, getting the shutout in the Garden just felt so good. Happy I could get 100 for all the boys in Parsons room, and getting the win just felt so awesome. You know, celebrating with all the boys, and yeah.
I'm going to celebrate by winning another state championship with the baseball team because we're going to go 25-0 this year.
You know, after this massive win, I heard there's going to be a celebration June 3rd, Ingleside Park. There might be duck boats. I don't know, but Ingleside Park, June 3rd, just gonna blow it up. So, let's go.
Hopefully I can celebrate with my shining ring at prom and just show it off to everyone.
Congratulations to the 2025 boys hockey team. You guys cemented yourselves as Winthrop legends and will go down in history as one of the most exciting teams in Winthrop. Enjoy this one. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, James. That's an amazing win for Winthrop, and it's something those kids will be able to carry the rest of their lives.
I know I will, and I'm so thankful for all the amazing fans in Winthrop.
Now that hockey's done, spring sports are starting up. We have Matthew Noonan here today to give us a preview about the upcoming baseball and softball team seasons.
I'm here with Omar, and we're here for Wake Up Winthrop, and today we're checking out the baseball and softball teams.
The Winthrop High School baseball team is gearing up for an exciting season with a fresh face as the new team's head coach, Jack Wallace. The team this year has a dynamic pitching trio with Timmy Vargas, Matt Reardon, and Jay Fortiatis, with Jay also playing second base. All are expected to be the team's anchor on the pitching staff while contributing significantly in the field. Complementing them in the lineup are standout players such as Will Murphy in the outfield and Matt Noonan covering third base. While the team may lack juniors this year, a strong sophomore class is ready to make an impact. Players like JoJo Pumford, who stepped up last season at shortstop and second base, along with Nikita Rossi, Des Cassidy, and Dom Spinelli, are all ready to take bigger roles and help elevate the team's performance. The team is doing anything they can to prepare for the big season and are eager to embrace the challenges ahead and strive for success on the diamond. The Winthrop Girls softball team is getting ready for an exciting season. The team is ready for a fresh start, hoping to win most of their conference games. Led by captain Amelia Spencer, the team is gaining some strong new freshmen and are hoping to win more games. With Lucy Boncory's strong pitching, they are hoping to really have success in the batter's box and on the field. They are using their momentum from last season to kick off this year. Some strong players that will contribute to their season are sophomores Sofia Gonzalez and Fran Indrisano, and seniors Hannah Barrett, Tina Fabiano, and Amelia Spencer. The team has been preparing for their season all year and are ready to work hard. We caught up with some senior softball players. We caught up with senior baseball players to find out what they're looking for as they start up their preseason.
So I'm looking forward to this season. We have a new wave of players coming in. It's a big change. Couple new starters, couple new guys in varsity, and they're hard working. And I really think it can be done. Have a good season if we just take it day by day. I think our hitting really needs to improve, and I think it can. I think our pitching looks really good. I think our fielding's pretty solid. I think we got good chemistry. A lot of the guys play different sports to other guys, and it's a good mix of all. We can have some fun for sure.
I'm very excited for baseball this season because I think we're going to have a lot of fun out there, and hopefully we win some games. Some people that I think are going to be taking a bigger role this year are Ryan Murphy, Joe Pumford, and Nikita Rossi.
I think the season's going to go good. I think we can make playoffs and have a winning record.
I think some people that are going to take a bigger role as upperclassmen are Captain Matt Reardon and Timmy Vargas. I think he's going to be lights out on the mound.
All right, my thoughts for the season are I'm feeling pretty good. I think the team needs to keep on working with each other, and I think we'll be pretty good. My biggest role model is Matthew Noonan. He's just putting all the effort in practice, and just a great role model to everyone.
I think we have a solid team this year. I think we can make it pretty far, maybe win a state championship. My role model this year is Jacob Buckman, making first baseman picks. I think he's a real role model to me.
Me and Jake are ready for the season. I think we're going to make a pretty good run in playoffs, and I think we're going to get better by hitting the cage every day.
I'm very excited for the season. I have high hopes, and I think we're going to win a lot of games. And my role model is Dominic Spinelli.
I'm super excited for the season. I think we can win the NEC.
I agree. I think coming off of last year, we had a tough season, but I think we have great leaders this year, so I think that we'll be fine. And our coaching staff, they want the best for us, and all they want to do is win and have some fun.
Okay, so I think the girls softball season, it's going to be really good, and it's going to be better from like the previous years. And I think some of the people that are going to step up is freshman Lucy Von Corey. She's going to be the pitcher. She's going to have a really good season for us, and I think everyone else on the team is going to have to step up and play a big role.
Two underclassmen that have been stepping up are Kylie and Lucy Von Corey. Lucy is a really strong pitcher, and we've needed her for a couple years now, so I'm excited to see what she accomplishes this season.
I think we're going to have a really good season, win a lot more games than we did last year, and work better together.
I think that we're going to have a lot of team bonding and work together more as a team this year. So even though we just got done with tryouts, we did a lot of fielding and hitting, and I think it's going to prepare us really well for this season. You know, Coach Erin, she really puts her best foot forward for us, and I think that our schedule this year is going to be a little bit more difficult, but we have a scrimmage next week, and all we can do is just play our best and have an amazing practice for this week so we can do good in the scrimmage and win.
Some underclassmen that have been stepping up are Kylie McFarland and Lucy Von Corey. Kylie is a really strong player. She can hit, and she's really good in the field. And Lucy Von Corey is a really strong pitcher, and I'm excited to see all she accomplishes this year. This year, we've been hitting a lot more in the cage, and our pitchers have been practicing every single day, so we are strong on both sides of the field. And we've been hitting ground balls every single day. We've just been working really hard to make sure that we can be successful this year.
Good luck to both the baseball and softball teams as they get ready for their season. Let's go.
Thank you, Noonan. Let's see if Wallace can pull it off this year.
I have pretty high hopes. Speaking of high hopes, we caught up with students and teachers around the school to see how they feel about their March Madness teams this year.
Hi, I'm Michael Holgerson with Wake Up Winthrop. Today, we're in the halls of Winthrop High to see how students feel about their teams for the 2025 March Madness tournament. March Madness has been one of the school's biggest traditions for almost 20 years now. Teachers and students around the school dream to win at least one time playing in their careers. On the other hand, Hotsy is going for a three-peat, along with some students who can be the very first Vikings to engrave their name 3 times on the trophy. Students around the school have been drafted to their teams with hope they can make it all the way to the end and win the championship.
So on our team, we have Dom Farrell, Jeremy Pena, and Mr. Ford. I think we have a pretty good team. I think we're going to win it all. And Mr. Perrin, I'm coming for your team. I want you, Perrin.
Mr. Perrin, Friday, 2:10, I'm arresting you. I'm going to put you in the paint, and you're going to be mine.
Noah Lumpton, you're little. I'm going to dunk on you.
Yeah, I like my team. I have Nick Correa. He did really good last year. We have Matthew Semenza. We have a big guy. We have Dominic Spinelli. I'm excited to see what he's going to do, and I hope something can happen.
All right, this is Mr. Ford here, ace player John Luca right here. We're looking forward to kicking some butt on Friday night. March Madness, ain't nobody gonna know what's gonna go on. Get ready, it's coming this Friday. Let's go.
I'm on Miss Jones' team with Ryan Murphy and Nico, and CJ's team's going down.
All right, Aiden, what is our best quality of our team? We may not be the most skilled, but the most gritty. You're gonna be getting hurt. If you play us, you're getting at least 2 bruises, minimum. Let's go. Jay, what's the best quality you bring to the team?
I always make 3-pointers. I don't whiff like in hockey.
All right, Mr. Cross. Do you think you drafted the best team?
Listen, of course I drafted the best team. We got state champ, state champ, state champ, honorary state champ. Thanks, boys. I appreciate it. We're going to go out there. We're going to set the tone early. We're going to set it hard. We're going to put you up against the boards. We're going for everybody's ACLs. Right, Hotsy, you better be careful because you got to take a quick kick right to the side of the knee and you're going down, all right? So watch out.
All right, and Elijah, who's going to win?
Blue team.
Blue team, let's go! Donovan Plants in your first round. Romano, literally the easiest team. I mean, kid doesn't even play basketball. I don't know what he's good at. Easiest first round bounce. My team's going to upset everyone. We're taking it all the way.
Will's losing in the first round, too.
First, I just want to say my team's going 3 for 3. I'm winning March Madness 3 years in a row, and Matt Reardon's going to be a first-round exit. You heard it here first.
Here we have Michael Donnelly. He is a part of the worst March Madness team from votes around the school. So, Michael Donnelly, how do you feel about that?
You know, we're going to upset everyone. Just like our hockey season, nobody thought we were going to win. We're going to get the win. Doc Dunn's ready. Brian Guerrero, Tegan Pereira, Amelia Spencer. We're getting this win, boys.
I'm here with members of Team Scotchless. We have a disadvantage. We got one person that is very chopped, one person that is a small boy. So, with these disadvantages, how are you going to manage?
Number one, first off, I am not the most chopped in the tournament. Mikey Donahue is very chopped. Second, our team is the underdogs, and we're going to take this home easily. Tony?
Right, I might be little, but I'm 100% from the corner. You know Steph Curry? He's short. Greatest shooter in the league. He's short for NBA, you meathead.
Looks like all the teams from March Madness are ready to go and confident in their chances of winning. There are a lot of veteran and new teachers looking to get their hands on the 4-layered trophy and hope they also draft the best team. Somehow Mr. Crombie won back in 2010, which is about 15 years ago, so hopefully you can change that. Let's see if any of these students can own up to their word and bring home a championship.
Thank you, Mike Holgerson, captain of the Winthrop High School boys team with a hat trick in the championship game, getting the boys the state chip.
Get over it, bro. We're on to spring sports now.
That's all we have for this week. And remember,
Roll Vikes!